What you're seeing in the background right now is gameplay of a game called Call of Duty World at War. It came out in 2008. Well, according to the PlayStation fanboy we're going to be taking a look at today, it's dumb to play older games and you should only play new ones. Now, the fanboy we're going to be going over today goes by the name of XVault, and he has a YouTube channel as well where he basically just posts the exact same video over and over again. Xbox fanboys upset about games coming to PS5. Okay. Xbox games coming to PlayStation and fanboys are coping. Okay, same video twice. Xbox fanboys salty over Helldivers 2 PlayStation success. Right next to it, Xbox fanboys salty about Helldivers 2 PlayStation success. Right above it, Xbox fanboys salty about Helldivers 2 PlayStation success. There's a lot more examples of this, but I think you guys get the idea by now. Like, damn dude, this guy makes Disney look innovative. But we're not here to talk about the recycled content today. We're here to talk about a statement he made about Black Ops 1 and the fact that people can play it on their Series X. Snap Blast Play, which I've talked about on the channel before because he's a massive bootlicker for Microsoft, he tweets out insane that you can play Call of Duty Black Ops on Xbox Series X right now. 10,000 people are running around and shooting each other like we still in 2010. And a picture of Call of Duty Black Ops. I don't think it's actually insane because we could literally do that on the Xbox One, but we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about XVault's response to this. So XVault tweets out, yes, exactly why gamers buy current gen systems to play old gen games. They are a different breed, facepalm emoji. How dare you want to play one of your older games on the same system that you play your new games on? You loser. Never mind the fact that the game is upscaled to 4K, never mind the fact that the older games usually get a frame rate boost. No, none of that matters. Why would you ever want to play older games? You should only play new games. You should be playing the new Call of Duty. I'm sure that one is... Oh, wait, people don't like the recent Call of Duty. That's why they're playing the old one. But he conveniently left that out. Deep down, you know he's jealous because there's two versions of... Well, there's three, the PC version. But there's two console versions of Black Ops. There's one on the Xbox 360 and one on the PS3. The Xbox version can be played on the current gen console, whereas the PlayStation version cannot, and this is his way of coping about it. Instead of asking Sony to provide backwards compatibility for PS3 games, this guy would rather just attack Xbox for having something that he wants. Now, as you can imagine, the comment section of his tweet, they weren't really agreeing with him. They were kind of lighting his ass up, not gonna lie. Now, our first gentleman comes down here, Treaty, and says the older CODs are better than these newer CODs people are buying. Imagine thinking a good/great game is no longer good/great just because said games have gotten old. At least they're not remastering 4 to 5 year old games and reselling them, and he attaches a image of a clown. Now honestly, I couldn't say it better myself, but XVault here did not appreciate the facts being spit in this guy's comment. You seem to be missing common sense and understanding context. I love when people try to say this. Whenever they say something stupid, they'll say, well, you're just missing the context, like, that you don't understand. No, we understand what you said, we just think it's incredibly fucking stupid. What context is he missing? You are basically just insulting the Xbox players because they're playing older games, yet that's not the whole reason that they're buying the Xbox, that's just a bonus on top of being able to play the new games. And this idea of playing older games on newer hardware is nothing new. I mean, PC players have been doing it for years. I'm here playing a game in 2008 with an RTX 4070. Hell, I still play the original Doom sometimes on PC. Is that dumb because it's an older game? No, it just means I enjoy playing some older games from time to time. Now, I'm probably gonna sound like a boomer here when I say this, like, dude, I'm only 21, but a lot of the older games, to me anyway, are better than the newer games. So it's nice that if you own a Series X, you can play some of those great older games that you have lying around. And Ghost in a Shell says, imagine not playing that year's COD when it came out and waited till 5 to 6 iterations of the game to come out, only then to come on Twitter and cap for it like we all didn't play it 6 years ago. And XVault says, mind-boggling. So on top of logic not being a strong suit for PlayStation fanboys, I don't think math is a strong suit either because the game came out in 2010. 6 years ago was 2018. So Brian comes down in the comments and says remaster, remaster, remaster on PS5. Now personally, I don't see any problem with remasters as long as there's a huge graphical jump and the game is actually older and not like 3 to 4 years old. But I do find it really funny how he's gonna sit here and talk shit about older games while he's playing remasters of older games. So XVault is unable to argue here, and he just puts a really cringy dumbass image down here of a Xbox, just a green dot, not even really an Xbox, praying to a PS5, which is extremely cringy and childish. And then we have an Xbox fanboy who comes down in the comments and shows the amount of players on Palworld, which is completely fucking irrelevant to the point we're talking about of playing older games. So Alexander here comments on his original post and says, imagine limiting yourself to only new games, facepalm. And like I said before, this is his way of coping about not being able to play older games on his PlayStation. I would love nothing more than PS5 players being able to play their PS3 games, cause then I would get to play Call of Duty with my friends on PlayStation. But instead of requesting that feature, requesting to be able to play his older PS3 games, he'd rather just sit here and cope and cry and seethe. Now this guy, 1982, decides to come in and white knight for XVault, saying then why spend $500 on a new console? They're not spending $500 just to play their older games. It's just nice to be able to play all of your Xbox games on one Xbox instead of having to hook up multiple Xboxes to play all your games. And this is not even mentioning the fact that a lot of the older games that you play on your Xbox Series X from the 360 generation get a frame rate boost and also get upscaled to 4K. So then XVault himself replied to Alexander's comment about imagine limiting yourself to only new games. And he says, imagine buying a current gen console to play old games and ignoring the amazing new games that no one can keep up with. But yes, let's fire up the old gen shit. Fuck out of here. Like I have stated multiple times in this video, they are not buying a Series X just to play 360 games. It is a bonus on top of being able to play their newer games. Also, let's not act like great games come out at the rate they used to. I mean, man, they used to drop banger after banger after banger. But obviously they cannot do that anymore because games nowadays take a lot longer to make due to the advanced graphics and all the details. So John here comments on his original post and says, to be honest dude, if you're not gonna replay your old games, it really defeats the object of buying them in the first place. Anyone who thinks it's weird to play old games is weird, especially since many are just better than what we've been getting of late. So XVault replies to this comment saying, I replay some old multiplayer games here and there, but 80% of my playtime is for new experiences. It's disingenuous to say new games are not amazing. God of War, Horizon, The Last of Us, GOT? I don't know what the fuck that is. Returnal, Ratchet & Clank, Final Fantasy VII Remake / Rebirth, and etc. are all must-plays and then some. Just like how you like going back and playing those older games, the Call of Duty community likes to go back and play older Call of Duty games, so why are you making this post attacking people for playing older games on newer hardware? And we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up with one of my favorite comments I seen replying to XVault's original post. Imagine being one of those nerds when your boys say, hop on Black Ops yo, run a couple zombies games for fun, and then your nerd bitch ass comes in and says no because the console's only meant for new games. Did you know? And a nerd emoji. Perfect way to close out the video.